Yes. Just checking that.
Awesome. Well, while you just set yourself up with this, I would like to show this video to the audience just to introduce who he is and what he's all about.
I'm Aaron Wu. I'm 13 years old currently, and I'm from Singapore. I'm participating in the Sandow's Halloween Bullpen 2021. Now, a lot of you may ask me, why would I want to participate in such an event? Well, I have 3 reasons for you. Number 1, it allows me to have fun. I don't think I have experienced this in my lifetime. Neither can it be taught in any classroom. Hence, I think that this will allow me to venture into different areas that I've never been into. Number 2, I really want to win the prize money from this bullpen in order to lay a good foundation for my website, in order to show my idea off to the rest of the world. Lastly, this allows me to learn new skills such as researching about the different markets in the world and selecting the best one in order to create a special business that the world can see. I think that Ascendal's Bullpen gives me all of these opportunities, and I'm looking forward to participating.
Lovely little video, Aaron. So whenever you're ready, mate, share your screen and you can take it away.
Oh, well, I actually can't share my screen.
You can't?
Yeah.
Would you like me to do it for you? Okay, mate.
Yes,
no worries.
please. Thank you.
Give me a second, folks. I do apologize. Maybe, Aaron, you can tell us a bit about yourself, just who you are and what inspires you on a daily basis, just while I pull that up, buddy.
You should be able to share it now. Sorry, Aaron. There was some.
All right.
If you
no
want
problem.
to try.
Okay. So a little bit about myself. I'm Aaron Wu. I'm 13 years old and I'm from Singapore. I currently study in Raffles Institution, which is a school in Singapore. I am an enthusiast in coding. I love coding using Python and JavaScript, these languages, but I've also ventured into HTML before and Scratch. My other hobbies include playing squash, the sport, and the piano.
Fantastic. Mate, would you like to try sharing your screen once more just before I pull it up on mine?
Okay, I think I can. Judges, Miss Debbie, good evening. I'm Aaron Wu. I'm 13 years old and I'm currently studying in Raffles Institution in Singapore. Tonight, I would like to share with you my business idea, Academy of Code. Able to code, able to live. So what is Academy of Code? Well, Academy of Code is a website that teaches children and youth about the basics of coding. For this website, I have chosen Python as a language as I think that it is the easiest of its kind, which is where users will have to write out whole lines of code. Having been a coding enthusiast since age 7, I've actually created a working prototype for my website, shown on the right here. Why do I think my website is special? I think, number 1, it has easy to understand videos and games. It has a catalog of both free and material and paid access, which I'll explain later. And its unique selling point is that it is created by a team for a team. So the material will be highly relatable. So why would I need to start up this kind of website? You all may ask. Well, I have 3 main reasons for you. Number 1, the software industry is getting more and more relevant these days. It is considered a hot industry, especially now in this age of mobile phones, and hence I think by this website people can learn how to have skills for these future careers in this software industry, as these jobs will have the potential to be high in demand in the future. Number two, it improves problem-solving skills. Children need to be taught how to think and not what to think. So many a time will people encounter errors in code, but when they overcome it, children can solve similar problems more easily, and even problems outside of coding. Lastly, it promotes fun bonding between families and friends. I strongly believe that coding is not limited to cognitive and career development, and also can be treated as a hobby. This website hopes to inspire people that coding is actually not boring. I've asked a lot of my friends who either do code with Python or not, and reception has been mostly positive, although there has been some bumps here and there. More market validation can be found in independence. So this brings you to my next point on how Python has strong demand as a coding language. Python is popular amongst software developers and amateur coders alike. So Scratch, another coding resource, is mainly built on blocks where lines of code is already written out for the user, and the user has to arrange them in order to get a smooth flow of directions. It is more basic, and it is offered in a number of mainstream schools like my school, but it has no real application to daily life. Hence, I feel that since Scratch is so similar to Python, where users will have to write out whole lines of code, I think that when I use a comparison to Scratch in my videos, it will be easier for them to understand. Furthermore, when somebody learns Python and gets a hang of it, they can learn more similar programming languages more easily. So there are a lot of people I would like to target for this website, but for the purpose of making this website, I would focus on kids 10 to 15 years old, as my material will be geared towards them, and it is best for them to pick up the skills earlier so that they'll know what to do in the future. So here is a key customer archetype. John is a 11 years old schoolboy in Singapore. He is loaded with schoolwork, approximately 7 hours per day, and 1 hour of extracurricular activities. He has to complete his homework and has rarely enough time to take a rest. However, he gets his inspirations by word of mouth recommendations by friends, social media, and gaming streams. Hence, through these media, when he gets information to my website, he can watch my videos that I'll provide on the go and still learn productively. So this will be in my prototype of the website, of the homepage of the website. Indicators below the titles of the videos will show whether it's free or people will need to pay, and they will be sorted by difficulty as well, so as to allow people to know where they stand. So this is going to be the structure of my website. It includes videos in topical difficulty to facilitate learning, and it will be 3 to 5 minutes, so it's not too early. Examples of topics I have decided to include is installing Python, the most basic information such as shell and script, and introduction to a drawing module in Python called Turtle. Quick notes, which I will also provide, will sum up the lessons in bullet points and will be convenient to refer during and after watching the videos. Lastly, games will provide fun and attractive education. Examples of games include racing, word puzzles with questions relating to lessons included. So I think that I can come across many.
Excuse me, Aaron, I do apologize. I'd like to interrupt here just for a second. Judges, we can eat into some of your question time if you'd like to hear more about this, but if not, I'll let you ask about it in your question time instead, since you know that this is the next slide coming up. But Aaron, thank you for the presentation so far. We're glad to pause you there. Judges, I will allow you. Who would like to start, please?
I'm happy to start. First of all, thanks, Aaron, for this presentation. Super cool what you're trying to build here with AcAdemy. One question that I had was around your content strategy. So I just want to know, like, who is developing the content? Is that mainly you developing like the small clips, or are you planning to build out a team that will develop content for the Python classes?
Well, for a start, it is just me developing the content, such as the videos and the notes. But hopefully, when my website gains more traction, probably I can form a team. But it's focused on me currently.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Marco.
Aaron, congratulations for the energy and motivation on the project. It's really inspiring. I have a question which is commercial in nature. You seem to have a very focused business model and offer, and the commercial effort to get customers is going to be quite remarkable. Once your customers have learned the language, what are you going to do next? Are you planning to sell more? Are you going to build on the customer base that you've put together? And actually, I also have another question, since impact is one of the dimensions you will be voted upon, your project will be voted upon. Your archetype customer is John, aged 11. How about Betty, aged 12? Have you thought about girls as well? Thank you.
Well, after they learn the language, probably I could use like the customer base that I have gained to maybe venture into different languages once I master them, such as HTML and JavaScript, because these languages are not exactly the same as Python, but they are still useful to the software developing industry. And also, there are some other skills that could be learned from teaching them this language. And about Betty, well, I actually think that this website will still appeal to Betty, as I think I'm trying to focus on 10 to 15 years old, and the videos are highly relatable to this age group. So I think even if she gets different key influences, or she has like even less time, maybe with the gaps, she can probably, with the gaps of time that she has for rest, probably she can watch my videos, hopefully.
Very good, Aaron. Thank you. Judges, one more question. Time for one more question.
Just a quick one. Thanks so much, Aaron. It's great to see the market validation at the back. Just wanted to have a sense of whether you have actually sat down with potential customers and sort of observe how they go through the video, just to see their reactions, and whether you have also interviewed people who had not coded before, in addition to people who have some sort of experience in coding already.
Yes, well, I haven't really interviewed people who haven't coded, but I think that to attract the people who really know how to code is already quite good enough, because they already know the basic information, and for them to come to my website is still quite a feat to achieve. So with the people who have experience in Python coming to my website, probably people who don't have experience can also come. Probably my initial customer base can also recommend via social media to other people who don't code, or they can use other media to recommend. And yeah, that's about it.
just a quick comment, if I may, then I know we're running out of time. But Aaron, I think this was fantastic. I think what you did, especially this slide on really navigating who your target customer is, what kind of influences he or she has, and what kind of influences your product can get between, that's really, really helpful. I would encourage you to do more of these like customer personas, because you are at such an advantage because you are the target market essentially, right? You're targeting kids and you are a kid, so it's a business for kids by kids, and that's really powerful. It's something that like a lot of people I think underestimate. Like if I was starting a business for kids or someone else that's 40, 50, right? They won't be able to empathize with the kids, and you can directly empathize with their needs. Just remember also, when you're dealing with education, you're kind of dealing with two customers. You're dealing with a kid and you're dealing with a parent, and a lot of the times the incentives can be different. So it would be cool to kind of see the slide with like a parent archetype, I think. But overall, really well done.
Absolutely, Aaron. I echo those thoughts. Really well done, mate. Thank you for joining us on here today. Really appreciate it. Audience, we're going to open up a poll for you right now. And just give the judges about a minute to try and get their thoughts together and put some scores down in their score sheets. So judges, I'll direct you there now. And audience, the poll is opening now. Aaron, I'm going to pop you back into the attendees now, mate. Cheers, though. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Oh, let's see. All right, got a few people answering already. Yes, audience, thank you. Now remember, you are going to have a say in the average for the audience score. In this one, it's going to be quite interesting. And it seems, Aaron, that actually quite a lot of people agree that coding is 100% necessary for children to learn nowadays, particularly in the context of the world today. So we have quite a few people agreeing, a lot in the sort of agree, couple more disagreeing. It's an interesting one. So I think there's a lot of market research to be done there potentially, and to see who really thinks what. Anyways, audience, we thank you for your polls. We're going to end that poll now, and I would like to introduce you again with a lovely video to our next finalist. We have Bella. Let me just pull this video up. I apologize.